Is Nick Reiner responsible for the murder of his mother and his father? Hey guys, welcome back to Ivy Rose Knows. All right, guys, I wanted to talk about Nick Reiner today. We all know that he was arrested. We all know that Nick Reiner is being charged with the murder of his mother and his father. Now, a whole lot of information has come to light lately, and I really want to talk about it because I really feel like it's that important. Now, it's come about that Nick Reiner was seeing a doctor for schizoaffective disorder. Now, schizoaffective disorder, guys, it's a really hard diagnosis, right? And they're saying that a month before the murder took place, that Nick Reiner had his medication changed by his doctors, and that this medication change played a big part in his supposed psychosis that caused him to go out and commit this murder with his mother and his father. Now, it's being said that he is going to put in a not guilty plea by reason of insanity. And I want to know what your thoughts are on this. If he was truly in a psychotic state during the murders, and this diagnosis is in fact true, and the fact that his medication was changed before the murder took place is true, then everything changes in this entire situation. Now, if it all ends up that he was in some psychotic state and murdered his mother and father because the medication change had a negative effect on him, did it make him more erratic and become more angry and more dangerous? It's possible that when the doctors changed his medication, it made him even more unstable. Now, that also would put some responsibility on the doctors, in my opinion, because he should have been under an awful lot of monitoring with a medication change like that. In fact, a lot of people would say he should have been inpatient for a medication change like that, considering the fact that he was so unstable before. He has a history of drug use, which also plays a part in the medication change and all of that. And then you have to keep in mind that drug abuse is also an illness, all right? So does it change anything for you? Does it make him, while I see that he's responsible, should he serve life in prison for something he may not have had any control over? What is the adequate punishment in this case? I absolutely believe that Nick Reiner needs to be institutionalized. But to what extent is he responsible? And should he be held responsible? And should his doctors also have a responsibility if they did not put any safety measures in place during his medication change? That seems to be the question. And do you really believe that he was insane during this murder? Or do you believe that this insanity plea is just an excuse to get off? There's a whole lot that goes into this case. I'm going to be watching this case really closely. I do know that it's not going to go to trial for quite some time. We know that he originally had Alan Jackson on the payroll, and that Alan Jackson had to, for whatever reason, be dismissed from his case. He now has a public defender. Alan Jackson did come out and say that he believes that Nick Reiner is innocent. And I do believe it's because of this whole psychological disorder and medication change that he is stating that. But to what extent do we use psychological illness as an excuse for murder? Should he spend time in prison? How much did he know? It just really becomes a very big gray area when you start pulling in things like a diagnosis and medication. And I don't know, guys. Do you believe he intended to kill his mother and father, or do you believe he was in fact psychotic due to environmental circumstances? I'm really curious to see what you guys say. What should his punishment be? Was he a danger even before his medication change? I mean, what level of responsibility has got to fall on him? You know what I mean? My heart goes out to his parents. And man, it's just so hard because the murder itself was heinous. It was horrible. But did he realize he was doing it in the moment? Did he understand the consequences of his actions in that moment? And that it's really hard for anybody else to say. Nobody really knows what was going through his mind other than him. So now, could he be putting on an act? Could this all just be a defense? Or is it true? Was he really out of his mind when he decided to kill his parents? I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. Like I said, I will be watching this trial when it comes about. I will be keeping updated on this case because it really has piqued my interest. I'm really curious to see where they're going to go with it, what other facts that they have and evidence that they have that he committed this murder because of an effect of a medication change. And again, if anybody is going to hold the doctors responsible if that's the case. Let me know what you guys think in the comment. Do me a favor. I appreciate all of you. If you've watched this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, guys. You guys know that I'm working hard, especially starting with the new year. I'm going fresh, guys, trying to make this channel get to where it needs to be. So I appreciate you all. If you've watched and you have not subscribed, don't forget to hit subscribe, guys. It's really simple. It's really easy to watch and just get off, but it just takes 2 seconds and a little push of a button. I really do appreciate it. Again, leave your comments. I want to know where your thoughts are at. Let me know if you're going to be watching like I am. I'm just saying, guys, I'm Ivory Rose Knows, and I'm out.